Cool. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to your Flame Grill Christmas 2016 webinar session. We were just waiting on for a few more people to join us, but it's coming up to 2:05, guys, so we will get cracking. Just kick off by introducing myself. My name is Cy Cox. I'm the Commercial Operations Trader Manager for Local Pubs North. So if I've not met you before, hello and welcome. You'll hopefully get the hang of this webinar pretty quickly. This is new to all of us, actually, locals. Something we've borrowed, inherited, stolen from our friends in the X-Spirit Pubco world, and it seemed to work really, really well for delivering some training without having to get you guys to come out of pubs. So bear with me, because this is only the third one I've done, and hopefully we'll get through it together. I think timings-wise, we should have you away by 2:30, all being well. There's not too much change for Flame Grill from last Christmas, so yeah, we should be okay. Just a couple of housekeeping bits from me. We've muted all of you so that it doesn't get very noisy on the call. So don't worry though, you will have opportunity to speak to us, and that will be via your chat box. So we've got some question and answer sessions. So at that point, we'll ask you to type any questions into that box, send them over to us. And I'm joined today by Mark. Mark is from our L&D team, and he's here to help me to deliver the webinar today. So as I said, I've muted all of you. What you will see in your right-hand screen, though, is hopefully a box with a hand in it. And if you click on that, it means you've raised your hand. So if you'll just try and find that on your screen, it's just to the right, and just click it so you raise your hand, just so Mark can see that everyone is 100% with us and can see that. Brilliant. Excellent. 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 Okie doke. Great stuff. Okay, guys, so let's get cracking. We're going to talk you through the specs first of all. We're going to go with Christmas parties, that's your Christmas fare menu, starters, mains and puddings. Then we're going to have a quick chat with you around the Christmas ordering process and ring-fence ordering for Christmas Day with Bidvet. And finally, we'll finish with Christmas Day starters, mains and puddings. So first off the block then is our baked stuffed mushrooms with Philadelphia starter. Really, really easy for you guys to get a handle on this. It's exactly the same starter as you've got now in the form of stuffed mushrooms, with the addition of half a garlic breast cut into 4 fingers. You'll also notice that for the spec method, it tells you to put all of the mushrooms and the sauce and the cream cheese into a elongated dish, bake it as you normally would, and then we're going to decant it for the Christmas fare menu straight onto the plate and just top it with watercress. Okay, so that's your baked stuffed mushrooms. Next up is chicken liver pate, which some of you may have knocking about in a freezer somewhere, which would be great if you have. It's the same product that we used last time and the last core menu product that we had. The difference with this is we're asking to decant it into ramekins. So I guess you need to be thinking about, have you got enough ramekins from Alliance? If not, you need to get those onto your next order. And that's absolutely a pre-service prep item. So that would be done pre-service, and you would top that with 4 melted butter oval cogs and seal that in with some herbs on top. Okay, caramelised red onion chutney, and your usual grammage of washed watercress there as well. Next up, we've got a new soup. This is sweet potato and carrot soup. Okay, coming in as a frozen product. We've had soups in the past. Only thing for me to mention from this one, guys, is just make sure you've got a napkin under your bowl on the plate. Stop front of house pouring it over to somebody when they put it down in front of the guest. And clearly the weather has turned a lot colder over the weekend and will continue to, I'm sure. So just make sure that that soup bowl is warm before we put the warm soup in it, just so it keeps up to temperature from a guest point of view. And that soup's getting topped with fresh chives, guys. Next up, that 80s classic prawn cocktail that we all know and love. A couple of bits to say on this one, guys. In terms of defrosting prawns, let's make sure we're doing that as per company policy. So in a fridge overnight, not under a running tap in a bag. 85 grams of prawns on this one. And if you weren't aware, the shelf life from a company point of view of prawns once they've been defrosted is 24 hours. not 3 days. So we need to be really careful that we're only defrosting the right amount per day for the party bookings that we've got in for this one. Finished off with a lemon and then covered with cocktail sauce. Did a webinar this morning and a couple of people said, oh, we've not really got a lot of the frosted Sunday dishes. I've said that back to food dev and food development have absolutely said it's not an issue. If you don't have enough of them and you want to put them prawns straight onto the salad leaf on the plate, then that is equally fine, guys. And that is your Christmas party fare starters. So this is your opportunity, guys. Now we've gone through those starters to ask any questions you may have. And the way in which you need to do that is just by typing it into the chat box, and Mark will pick up all of those. If you haven't got any questions and you're happy to carry on, and we'll go straight on to the festive fare main courses, all we need you to do is just raise your hands by clicking on the hand in the right-hand corner of your screen, and we'll know to move on. So just to recap, guys, if you've got any questions, you need to type them into your chat box. If you're happy to move on, then just click on the hand and it will tell us that you are good to carry on. Super. No questions. Let's move on to main courses then, guys. Thank you for raising your hands and letting me know you're ready to carry on. So everybody's favourite, party four-bird roast. So this is the same product that we had last year, guys. Coming in frozen cooked, you will defrost it and then pre-slice it prior to service. The key with this one, as it was last year, is not to do thin slices of it, but to do one thick slab and pop that on the plate. It's 150 grams of four-bird roast going onto your plate. Your veg should be the same as your current flame grill veg, with the addition of everybody's favourite Brussels sprouts. The gluten-free pig in blanket, one of those on the plate, and they are the same product as last year. Roast potatoes done exactly the same way that you guys do them for your Sunday roast now, and the same with the Yorkshire pudding and the sage and onion stuffing. Okay. Next up is the salmon supreme with a lemon butter sauce. Clearly, you guys have had salmon on the menu for quite some time, so I'm going to teach you guys how to suck eggs. Just a reminder that the salmon should be skinned side down on the plate. This is going to get served with your usual veg, half a grilled tomato done on your blue steel unit, new potatoes, and the lemon butter sauce. And just a little thing just to make sure the sauce is in a clean gravy jug and not dripping over onto the rest of the plate, because as you know, our guests eat with their eyes rather than with their mouths most of the time. So that's your salmon supreme with lemon butter sauce. Next up, good old Bernard Matthews hand-carved British turkey. Same product as last year, guys, with exactly the same pack sizes. So again, it's coming in as a cooked product but frozen. You will then defrost it and pre-slice it prior to service. Again, same veg as the four-bird roast, same roasties, stuffing, pig in blanket, and Yorkshire pudding. And then we go on to our flame grill festive burger, something new for us this year. And the idea behind this dish is that we will be able to offer any walk-in parties a festive themed dish, if you like, from next Monday, 14th of November, when we go live on the Christmas menus. So this is essentially, guys, a beef burger that's getting topped with a sausage meat burger, which is a 4-ounce patty, coming in frozen from Bidvest. We will defrost it the same as we would on normal beef burgers and cook it in exactly the same way. This is then served for the guests with a choice of fries or roast potatoes, and a jug of beef gravy as well. Okay, the sausage patty is also getting topped with a slice of streaky bacon and some brie as well, guys, just to make it a bit more festive. And then everybody's favourite kind of guest, our vegetarian friend. This is the offer that we're giving on the Flame Grill Christmas Fare menu this year, which is a nut roast with cranberry and brie. Pack size of these guys is 18, 1/8. So don't bulk order these because I'm pretty sure we're not going to sell shed loads of them. Serve with a Neapolitan hot sauce, new potatoes, and veg. So that's your nut roast with cranberry and brie. 8-ounce rump steak, guys, does what it says on the tin. Serve with petit pois, half a grilled tomato, usual grammage of chips, and a sauce. And those are your festive fare main courses. I think pretty straightforward, guys. Again, this is your opportunity to ask any questions you may have. So if you have got a question about those, pop it into the chat box and Mark can pick that up and we can discuss it with everybody. If you're happy with everything you've seen and you've got no questions, just tick on that hand for me on the right-hand side of your screen and let me know you're happy to move on. Great, lots of hands going up. Thanks for that, guys. We are whizzing through this. So let's go on to my favourite, puddings. So we've got a festive crumble. Okay. Does what it says in the tin, guys. I guess just follow spec and ensure the crumble is hot. Custards, making sure as ever that no drips overflowing on the drink of custard. And finished under the grill and topped with a sprig of mint and some icing sugar. That's your festive crumble. Next up, Christmas pudding. This is exactly the same product as we had last year. So it's a microwave from ambient for 20 seconds, guys. Served with custard and again a sprig of mint on the top. Nice and easy to deliver from a kitchen point of view. Chocolate fudge cake is what it is, guys. I'm not going to spend any time talking about that. I think just, I guess, from a speed of service point of view, if you've got some big Christmas parties coming in for festive fare, is maybe pre-ball the ice cream to help speed of service, to throw those out. And then we are on to a new product for you guys, I think I'm right in saying, which is chocolate orange cheesecake. What's not to love? It's coming in frozen. All we do is defrost it to order and present it on the plate. I think just make sure your zigzag of chocolate sauce is not too thick, so it looks nice, and finished again with a sprig of mint. That's your chocolate orange cheesecake. And then we're on to Party British cheese and biscuits. I think the only note I put on here, guys, was just to make sure your cheese is at room temperature, not straight from the grab fridges. And we did have a comment, I think that it was, I found it actually, that are we really giving guests 2 grapes? And I believe, yeah, they've upped that and fixed that when you get your specs, guys. So just have a look at that. And those are your festive fare pudding, guys. I know we've had a couple of questions come in, which I will grab now. If anybody's got any more questions around the pudding element of the festive fare menu, then pop it into your chat box now. If you're happy to move on, just give me a wave with your hand so I know. And we'll get on to Christmas logistics. So, Alex, thanks for your question on green beans. Currently on Sunday veg, will we swap to Brussels over the period? From a recipe point of view, no, we won't, Alex. However, if you wanted to swap them because you've got Brussels in the business and use them on a Sunday, then I would say crack on and go for it. Tom, cheese comes in blocks, not pre-portioned. Yeah, correct. Unfortunately, mate, we've got to portion it up ourselves. Good question there. James, would it not make sense to use camembert for the burger as we have camembert for the core menu?
Not effective cheese.
Yeah, I guess that decision's been made by our food dev team, James. I will feed it back to them so they're aware of it. Good point. Good point. Alex, crumble spec plates, we don't have these dishes. I will ask the question and send you guys out the answer when I get that. So leave that with me. Yeah, we'll find that out, guys.
And you want more of your first individual question about square plates.
Are we getting long plates to put the crumble on? Yeah, that's the same question Alex has asked. We'll take that away, guys, and find out. I would imagine no, you'll put them on your usual pudding flame grill plates, but I will find that out and send that out to you. Leave that with me. Leave that with me. Okay, if you're happy, guys, just give your hand a wave on the screen for me. Brilliant, we've got a few hands waving. Excellent. Okay, let's go on to Christmas deliveries then, guys, and make sure we're all singing off the same hymn sheet as this. So, Christmas logistics, there's Santa's little helper. This, guys, will be given to you guys at your area meetings this week and or next week, depending on when your area meetings are booked in. I guess it's the same as we've always had in the past. There's some extra bank holidays in and around Christmas week, which means lovely old Bidvest will be changing some of our delivery schedules to make sure we fit everything in. In terms of pre-orders, we will just be doing a Christmas Day ring-fence pre-order. More information on that in the next couple of slides with some deadlines for you to take note of. And as ever, Santa's Helper and Opscom will issue diary reminders and updates just in terms of making sure we all meet the deadlines, especially for the Christmas Day ring-fenced order. So, Bidvest will be delivering every day over the 2-week Christmas period, apart from Christmas Day, guys. They are saying that we will deliver to some houses by nomination only on Boxing Day for larger pubs. This needs to be by commercial food trainer and BDM nomination. So if you are a big flame grilled food pub and you feel that you do need that delivery on Boxing Day, you need to be having that conversation with your BDM or Mick, Joe or myself this afternoon so that we can make sure that that nomination goes in. Okay. As I said, pre-orders, they should be coming out to you either later on this afternoon or tomorrow from our supply chain email address. It's basically a pre-populated spreadsheet with all of your Christmas Day products on. All of the form will automatically be zeroed for products. And it's important that you fill this out with what you want for Christmas Day and return that back to the supply chain email address by the 24th of November. Now, if you don't want to do a ring-fence Christmas Day order, that's fine, but you need to resubmit the form back with zeros, otherwise you'll show as non-compliant and you'll be chased by your BDM. Okay. And that's just, best practice, guys, in terms of building up your stocks. The same as we say with liquor, we ask that you do the same with food. I guess the message from your commercial food trainers is just make sure you don't overorder. Nobody wants 50 cases of 4-bird roast sat in their freezer on the 1st of January. So just keep an eye on what you need to order and when you're ordering it. Okay, and that is it in terms of logistics, guys. Before we move on to Christmas Day menus, I think we've had a few questions come in. If you've got any further questions around logistics, just pop it in the chat box now and ask us the question. If you've not got any questions and you're happy to move on, just raise your hand for me so I know we are good to go. Yeah. Okay. So, John, thanks for your question, mate, around condiments. We'll pick that up in a minute towards the end of the call. Alex, thanks for your question, mate.
Christmas Day pre-order should be out today or tomorrow.
So if you've not received your Christmas Day pre-order email by probably this time tomorrow, guys, just drop myself or your commercial food trainer an email and get them to give purchasing a push on that one.
No worries, Alex.
Excellent. Okay, so let's move on then, guys. We've got James, thanks for your question, mate. If we get problems with Bidvest over Christmas, who do we contact? Good question. The first port of call is always Bidvest customer services, mate. Without a doubt. However, however, I fully appreciate how annoying Bidvest are, and actually over the Christmas festive period, bank holidays, etc. Either myself, Joe, or Mick are on duty. So if you ring your commercial food trainer and go straight through to a voicemail, then they will give you an alternative number to ring, i.e. me or somebody else in this team, and we will help you out. We will help you out. All right. Super. Right, let's get on to Christmas Day, guys. Just swap this over here. So first up out the rank is smoked salmon and prawns. This is very similar to what we did last year, guys. So 60 grams of smoked salmon. That's coming in as a frozen product in a 1 kilo pack size, exactly the same as we had last year. Okay. Again, same message about prawns. Let's make sure we're not defrosting them under hot water or cold water on Christmas Day morning, but that we've got them out on Christmas Eve and we're defrosting them sensibly in a fridge overnight. Spiced parsnip soup. If you've got any knocking about in a freezer from somewhere else, then absolutely feel free to use that this time, guys. As it's Christmas Day, we make it a bit special, so we ask for a swirl of double cream over the top of that, and some fresh chives chopped into it as well. Again, let's ensure the bowl is warm before we put the soup into it. Then we're into ham hock and pea terrine. So per customer, guys, this is 1 slice of the ham hock and pea terrine, which you would do prior to service, so that's ready to go onto the plate. Usual multi-leaf salad, 2 butter oval cogs, and a slice of bloomer chopped into 4 triangles after it's been toasted. And the chutney on that one is apple and date chutney. Okay, it's a more interesting one. We haven't had this one before, I don't believe. So this is bubble and squeak, guys. And the biggie on this one is making sure that our egg is not overcooked. I'm sure we have all been to a Wetherspoons and tried their breakfast with a poached egg and been thoroughly disappointed when we broke into the egg and it's like a bouncy ball inside. So essentially, without teaching anybody how to suck eggs, if you'll pardon the pun, I'm just going to play you quite a short video. Again, please, I apologise if you've seen this before or you are a poached egg expert. Let me just bear with me, sorry guys. Come out of that. Cool. Let me do it. Sorry guys. Okay. Play this amazing video. Here we go. There is no sound to this video, guys, so there's nothing wrong with your hearing. Don't worry, it's just for visual purpose. I think what I would say while we're just all watching the video is that I would absolutely do poached eggs prior to Christmas Day service. So this is something I do first thing on Christmas Day morning, and poach them and ready for pre-staging. And then the trick with it is to slightly undo the poached eggs, put them straight into an ice bath to stop them cooking any further, and then to regen, just have a tub of rolling hot water on your stove and just throw them in for 20 seconds and you'll have the perfect poached eggs. Otherwise, to do this to order on Christmas Day, I think will be ever so slightly emotional. Apologies if the video is stopping and starting, guys. It's fine on my screen, but I think on your screen it might be jumping a little bit. So while those eggs are finishing off, we can get the ice bath ready, which I think you can see on the back of that video. Chef is doing there. Removing the eggs from the water, checking the white is firm, and then just plunge straight into that water bath to stop the cooking process. Then in terms of regen, guys, of the poached egg, as I said, pan of water, no vinegar required for this bit, and reheat the eggs to order once those checks come on. Super, and that is ideally how we need to be doing poached eggs, guys. So that is it for your Christmas Day starters. While I just swap the video back to the PowerPoint, guys, if you've got any questions about your starters, just throw them into the chat box for us. If you're happy with everything you've seen, just give me a wave of a hand, and we will carry on to our main courses. Brilliant. No questions on starters. Oh, maybe one. Bubble and Squeak made ourselves. Excellent. No, so it comes in, guys, as a Bubble and Squeak puck, P-U-C-K. So you don't need to worry about making that yourself. Yeah. Super. No problem, Tom. Thanks for the question, mate. Good question. Okay, so let's get to it then, guys. Main courses. Christmas Day, 4-bird roast. Very, very similar to what we did for the Christmas fair. The addition on this one you'll see is gopher more potatoes and red cabbage. Red cabbage returns just for 1 day only. So that is your 4-bird roast. Again, you can see we've just got one big slab of 4-bird on that one. Okay, turkey and honey roast ham. Ensure the ham is hot, not served cold on the plate, guys. James, that isn't a cranberry gravy, it's just cranberry sauce on the plate and the gravy's gone over it. Good spot. Good spot. As you can see, the meat on the spec is folded quite nicely, so it gives the plate a bit of height, which looks great. Not just all a flat plate. We'll skim over this one quite quickly. It's the same as the party fair, guys, with the addition of Morbury on top of the nut roast. And we're using roast potatoes on this one instead of new potatoes on the festive fair spec. Okay, same Neapolitana hot sauce on that one for our vegetarian friends. Salmon and prawns with a lemon butter sauce. Again, you can see the spec, nice plate of food, nice clean rim of plate visible around the outside. Not all swimming around too much, and the prawns are placed nicely over the salmon. Flame Grill 7-ounce fillet steak. So one point that I continually raise with the commercial to you guys is that when we have a steak on the Christmas menu, they never give us a gap for the guest to put how they'd like the steak to cook in. I believe that has been the case again this year. So I think from our point of view in the kitchens, it's just making sure that front of house, when they're getting the pre-orders in for Christmas Day, try and get that cook option for that steak at that point. If they miss it, then I'd certainly get it in as soon as the table arrives on Christmas Day, so we in the kitchen know exactly how the guest wants their steak cooking. Fillet steak pack size remains the same. I know it's come off your menu. Hopefully, you've got a bit of that in terms of residual fillet steaks knocking around. Certainly worth asking some of your nearer Flame Grill sites. They might have stockpiles of it that we can do a transfer out of. Otherwise, you'll need to order in that big pack size. So that's your Flame Grill. Sorry, Alex. That's your Flame Grill 7-ounce fillet steak. And then next up, we've got this great product, which I'm going to just skim over because I think that is not on your menu. That's snuck in, so ignore that. Ignore that. Okay, that's your main courses, guys, for Christmas Day. Any questions on that, just throw them into the chat box for me. If you're happy to move on, we'll get straight on to Christmas Day pudding. Just put your hand up so we know you're ready to move on. What hand's going up?
As you see the questions,
okay, let's move on to puddings, guys. Nearly done. Chocolate fudge cake, microwave from frozen, 20 seconds. Nice balling of ice cream.
does what it says on the tin.
Does what it says on the tin. Chocolate fudge cake. Done, done, done. Next up, a winterberry roulade. Now, we haven't had this product before. Just check. Yeah, we haven't. So it's one individual winterberry meringue roulade. It's got raspberry Kool-Aid, ice and sugar on the top, fresh herb mince, done and dusted. So this is just a frozen product. We defrost it, put it on the plate, and off we go. Pack size on these guys is 24 per box. But I think this is a great product, and if you've got any left over after Christmas Day, then it's a case of chalkboard, sell it through as a normal pudding, and shift it out before New Year's Day hits us. So that's your Winterberry roulade. Christmas pudding. Alex, just seen your question, mate. Christmas pudding looks tiny in the bowl. Is it pre-portioned? Yeah. Yes, it is pre-portioned, mate. It is pre-portioned. Same as last year, and the same as what you'll use on your festive fare menu for Christmas pudding. The only difference as it's Christmas Day is it gets brandy sauce instead of custard, and it also gets a nice 15 grammage of red currants to make it look a bit prettier.
Would it be a Christmas pudding if it gets any larger, the guests will be up over the size of the meal as well? So even though it looks small in the bowl, it's a perfect size for a guest.
Okay, and then we've got our chocolate orange cheesecake, same product that we use on the festive fare menu, guys. So not too much sauce, don't drown it in sauce. But again, comes in frozen, we defrost it and pop it on the plate. Really nice product. That is not on your menu. And then we're on British cheese and biscuits. Same as festive fare, guys, so I'm not going to bore you to death. I think in terms of pack size of cheeses, have a look when the purchasing lists come in. Those are bulk pack sizes of 12 blocks of cheese that aren't splittable. So I would say once you've got your Christmas coordinators chasing for final deposits and menu choices for Christmas Day, I would weigh it up myself in-house. So if you've not got many cheese and biscuits on order, then I would go and purchase the cheese locally, without a doubt. Pack sizes on the crackers, they are a sensible pack size. It's about the same as you get from Sainsbury's or Tesco's in terms of a Jacob's Christmas cracker selection. So they aren't too bad at all.
It is camembert, it's not camembert on your cheese board, it is brie. Do we get allowance from Crockery from Alliance?
James, that is a question as ever for you, BDM, not for us, mate, sorry.
And the chocolate orange preferred rolls, Alex, is on the high street menu, not the flame roll, which have two different chocolates there, left is four. So we've had a few questions.
Super. If you've got any more questions, guys, around puddings, drop them into the chat box now so we can get those answered for you. If you're happy to move on, give your hand a bit of a wave so we can see. A lot of hands going up. Super. Super, super. Excellent. Excellent. Guys, that is it from myself and Mark. Hopefully you found the webinar useful. We wanted to do something that didn't mean you were coming out of the pub for half a day, just to get a bit of information. So hopefully you found it useful. If there's any questions you think of once the webinar's finished in a second, then by all means drop me an email or text, phone call, tweet me, whichever way of communication you prefer. But listen, you are free to go. Carry on with your day. Thank you ever so much. I know time is precious at the moment, so really appreciate you dialing in. Ian has just asked, when do we get order sheets? They will be with you via your commercial food trainer by the end of today. So if you've not had them by 6 o'clock tonight, then give Joe, Mick, or myself a nudge, because we do have them all, and we're going to email them out. They're also coming out via OpsComms on tomorrow's news at 10 as well, guys.
Specs arrived there, so the rest get delivered direct from print.
Great. Okay, so specs should be with you this week, guys. Again, if you want to chase your commercial food trainer for the specs, we have got some more. So if you want to get a heads up on them, then just drop your commercial food trainer an email and give them a chase. Okay, Lorna, how do we 20% of the wine if customers have ordered in November? That would be a commercial question, not a me question, Lorna. So if you drop Charlotte Brown an email, she should be able to advise on that one. Okay. Super. Any other questions, guys? We've got a lot of hands up. If you're done, just raise your hand and we will we'll wrap it up. Cool. Excellent. Guys, thank you ever so much for dialing in. We will speak to you all very, very soon. Have a great Christmas. Any other questions, then just drop me an email and we'll get that answered for you. Exit end training.